Well guys, I'm back to work on the old C-10. It's later in the day, so the sun is the sun's over there. What is that? West. So the sun won't be long before the sun sets anyway. I figured I was working on something else. I figured I would come out here and go ahead and put some plugs in this thing. I took one plug out so I could get the plug type for this engine, and this is what they were running in here, R44T. So I got a set in, paid 2 prices for them from Amazon, and I'm gonna slap them on in. Like I said, I got that one out. That one was pretty junked up. Maybe I'll go get that and show it to you. I don't know if I showed it to you, but it was pretty carboned up and pretty wet with gas, so I'm not sure if it was even firing or not. But these other ones look, because of them headers, they look like a lot of them are pretty hard to get to. So really what I wanted to do initially was to just get this thing fired up and go move it out of my way, because I wanted to park my other truck here. But I will go get that. Look on this side, see how hard these plugs are over here. And I can get to 1 or 2 of them easy. I'd like to pull another one out and see what it's like. Let me go get the other one and show it to you guys. Well, as luck would have it, I couldn't find it, but you have to take my word for it. Yeah, it was pretty carboned up, pretty dirty, and I'd just rather slap some new ones in here. So for the sake of being lazy, I'm just kind of tired because of what I was working on my trailer a little bit, and I just don't feel like doing that much more this evening. So I'm gonna do what I can here and what I have the energy for, and then we're gonna go ahead and fire it up and see what it sounds like with the few new plugs that I put in here, because I'm not thinking I'm gonna get it too many of these too easy. But I mean, have at it. Well guys, I'm out here working on the C-10 again, and I just pulled off this distributor cap. Want to check it out, make sure everything's, you know, decent. I want you to look at right here. Can you see that? The little contact is supposed to go up in the distributor cap there. It's just laying on top of the rotor. I don't know how in the world this thing was ever even running. It was just running on happenstance. Let me see if I can grab that without dropping it. Yeah, I don't know how it was. I don't know how it was even running, how it was making contact. And that rotor looks horrendous. So this thing's going to get a new cap and rotor, and then we're gonna go ahead and put it on. So I'm gonna have to order that. The condenser don't look too great either, but I'll get one of them too. And we'll go ahead and see if we can get this thing running a little bit better. I know it's capable of it. All the signs tell me that. All right. Well, be a snap of the fingers and I'll have me a new cap and rotor. All right, before I disconnected everything, I wanted you guys to see all the corrosion in there that's on these contacts. Lot of corrosion. So that means the spark wasn't getting through on the cap either, as well as the rotor. We'll see more when we get the rotor out, but pretty bad. Hey guys, it's been a blink of an eye for you, hadn't it? Well, my Amazon order come in. I bought, I got 2 connectors for the price of 1. Heck, I may need some more later, so I got a better deal that way. And I got my distributor cap and rotor, all my little parts. Very exciting. Look, I got the little spring there, along with the little doohickey that pokes down there, the doohickey that fell off. Remember that thing? Yeah, it's been a couple days for me, but it's been no time for you guys. You ought to remember it. Well, what I'm going to do now is, I don't know if you can see them, the wires that I got on here to, I don't know where that red wire went to. It fell down there. Oh, there it is, way down there. That's what was on my distributor, and I'm going to put these connectors on. I may as well do that first, get that out of the way, so when I get ready to plug this cap back in, I don't have that to do. But I'm going to wire these in, and the way I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it a quick and dirty way. You know, you can go ahead and solder yours and do all that fancy stuff. I got the solder connections too. All you gotta do is add heat, but I'm gonna use these butt connectors, and but I'm not gonna use them the traditional way. What I'm gonna do is get the 2 wires and wire them both together and plug them in one end and crimp it and use it as a you know, almost like a crimpable wire nut, and then I'll tape it all up. I think, for me, I think that's a better connection, because you're getting both wires, and I'll show you the process if I can here, but you're getting both wires together, and it's a better connection to me. You got them both wired together and crimped, so you're getting a better connection there. Unlike if you get a butt connector here and you put one wire on one end and crimp it, one wire on the other end, you got this little area in the middle where the wires aren't touching. It's relying on the crimp. The crimp is not always that good, even though I use these crimp tools here, and I don't use the insulated style crimping tool. This is for non-insulated, but I use it anyway because I want a good crimp in there, and I want that little dimple to be in this thing here. See, there. I want that little dimple to be in here, and I try pulling them apart. After I put the crimps together, I tug on them things pretty good, and I make sure they're not going to come apart. But it's still even more secure, and you have less of a voltage drop, in my eyes, if you wire the 2 wires together and just crimp it on there. I would use a crimpable wire nut, but all mine are too big. So this is what I'm using, and I'll show you how to do it. All right, I'll see if I can do this one-handed. I'm gonna cut off the bottom part of the taped up wire here. And then this is gonna be difficult here. See if I can find the right. Oh, my stuff ain't. There. Okay, maybe it'll work now. Let's see. There we go. All right, I got that wire stripped. You always want to twist your wire after you strip it. Give it a good twist. That's strength right there. You ever heard of strength in numbers? Well, that's multi-strand wire. whenever you crimp it, you're going to be crimping on numbers that way. You're not just crimping on 1 or 2 wires, you're crimping on a multitude because they're going in spiral. Okay, enough of that. That should have went without mention. Can I do this one-handed? Let's see. I'll put my wire couplers right there. Let's see. I don't know, guys. May not be that good. Let me. Trying to get something to hold it for me. All right. I'm gonna go with that. There we go. All right, so we got that stripped. May as well strip this one here. Why not? I'm right here. Gonna have to do it anyway. There, we got both of them stripped. All right, now we're working with the power wire. So I want to twist that real good. Let's do the ground too. Twist them real good. All right. Now, this will be impossible for me to do one-handed, so let me twist these together and we'll come back. All right, you see that? All twisted together real good all the way up to the end. Then we drop this on here. Let's see. Let me do this. Okay, see that? Pushed it on up in there. I got my crimpers all the way to the end of the metal where I get a really good bite, and I crimp that sucker down. Yeah, there's a little bit of tiny bit of wire showing there, but we're gonna take that all up. Leave that other end just open, and who knows, you know, I've had it happen before where there's another wire I might want to hook up to that for power, and I can always tap into it, but I won't want to do that with this wire since it's the ignition wire, but it's there, it's available. What I'll do, since this is the thinnest wire and it bends better, I bend it back and I'll tape it all up as one. Nobody ever be the wiser. Okay, I got a little strand here poking out for this one. Let me go get my ground wire, which is not going to be as long. Well, guys, I couldn't show you that one, but I'll show you the aftermath here. Okay, I did it the same way. It would have been boring anyway, but it was too short, so I couldn't get around there. Now I just got to put them two together and tape them up, and I'm gonna resist the urge to put them in a wire loom right now. I'm gonna get onto the installation of the distributor, but I'm gonna tidy all this up later, and I'll put that in a loom. But for right now, I'm gonna get some black tape and tape that all up, make it look a little bit better. Alright guys, there it is, all taped up in all its glory. And you know, you can't do that with too thick wires. They won't fit. They won't fit in that little the little blue connector. You have to use a bigger connector. How many of y'all seen the mud dauber on the wire back there? Isn't that cute? Yeah, mud daubers built me a nest there. Hey, we're gonna get rid of that right now. There we go. It's gone. Hi guys. Well, I signed up for Amazon's affiliate marketing, and what that is I can make a little bit of money off of whatever parts you guys want to buy that I've used. And I figured, you know, if I'm using a part and you're doing the same project, and man, I wanna buy that. I'll have a link that I'm going to be putting in my in my videos, where you can go ahead and click on it. You can buy that part, and I've already done all the research. Like I told you, on these little connectors, they were like $8, and that's not a bad price. But I found another site, another seller, that was selling 2 for $8.49 or something like that. So I got 2 for the same price. Now I got 1 to save. So I've already done all the research on this stuff, and I figured that you can go ahead and benefit from it, and I can benefit a little. So I don't know if I'll have the links up on this video or not, because I just signed up on it. But I'm going to be showing you all the parts here that I'm using, and if you want to buy it, just click the link below and buy it. If not, if you know, say la vie. Anyway, let's get back to this. Okay, got the box right here, and I'm going to be taking, let's see, I don't need these anymore. I need to label these, which I'm already going to know what they are, but I'm going to label them and put them in my parts bin, and then I'll be right back. Well, I had a video going there, but I don't know how much was saved. Anyway, I got the cap off. That's, you know, very uneventful, although I dropped one of the screws down here somewhere. I don't know where it went. Couldn't have went too far. I say that, but normally they do go further than what you think, but I'll find it. It's just a cap screw. So what I normally do is, get away from me. I got a deer fly just bugging the living daylights out of me. Anyway, this one here has a wire that goes up for the ground, and this one here comes with a little flat piece of metal. I'm not really sure which one I'm going to use. I kind of like the wire. The wire is more original way of doing it. What I normally do is I get a pair of needle nose, and I pull these out, because they're a little bit, you know, when you pull up on this coil after I get the screws out, when you pull up on this coil, they don't want to really come up too easy. So I gotta hump my needle nose. It's a special pair of needle nose that I have that are kind of narrow, and they go right in there, and I can pluck them right out. So I'll look for that real quick, but I need to take these bolts out next, and that thing will come right up. And that's really where I want to see, is underneath this coil. There was no spring on that little whatever you want to call that thing right there. I want to see really what's underneath there. If they didn't put the spring in, did they put that big rubber washer looking thing in? I don't know. Anyway, we'll find out. Well, I got my little needle nose. You still got to force them up a little bit from the bottom there, guys, but you get these things up. That's the one I'm going to use. I'm going to use that wire. You get these things up, you get them out of the way first before you ever pull that coil out. Although I got the coil started, I had, you know, you got to kind of get a screwdriver in there and break it loose sometimes. And then it just comes up. Oh yeah, I'm definitely going to clean that. Definitely going to clean that. Look at that. Oh, no. It's just black. They did put that rubber washer in there. Just got a black one in there. Oh, this does have the spring on it. It just broke off. Oh my goodness. The end just broke off of that thing. I'll be doggone. Look at that, guys. I thought what I was looking at was this end, which that's rusty as the dickens right there. That needs to be cleaned off real good. So that wasn't making a good connection on the coil. But I thought I was looking right at the coil when I saw that was that dirty. But that was just the end of that piece right there that had broken off. I've never seen one of them break off before. Weird, weird. And the spring's still on it. That's why I figured if that thing was out, had fallen through the bottom, there was no... Did you just see that deer fly? Oh my goodness, them things are annoying as all get out. Anyway, let's get this back together. I can't wait to hear it run after that. Need to get my little wire brush and clean that up really, really good. Alright guys, well that's about as clean as it's going to get. I got in there with a little brass wire brush. Now I'm going to get some dielectric grease and we'll put this in there. Coat this around in there real good. That sucker won't rust again in there, I'll tell you that. That'll keep it from corroding and that, and all that good stuff. Okay. Now, first to go down in this cap is that little spring and the washer. And then that coil sits right on top of that. These go right down in there. You gotta line these up in them little holes down there. Sometimes it gets a little bit tricky, especially with aftermarket parts. But when you're sure you got them lined up, and you can give it a little bit of love tap there, just a tap-a-rooney. Wires out of the way, and then I am using this old ground here again because I like it, so I'm using it. Okay, alright, them are all in there good. We're going to put these screws back on. I'm using the old screws because they're a 5/16 and the new ones are some kind of Troy head, and I don't like them. I mean, you got your 5/16 out. Chevy did it best. They got everything 5/16, guys. You can use 5/16 to take your distributor cap off. You can use 5/16 to go ahead and take your coil out. 5/16 does everything. The cap takes the cap off the coil. I'm not going to tighten these down all the way at one time. go. These ain't got to be super tight, guys, but you don't want it bouncing around, and you want this ground to be nice and snug. Anything's better than what it was, though, I'll tell you that. I can't believe how bad it was. Still getting attacked. All right, now it's time to put the cap back on. Yeah, we're gonna have to find them screws, aren't we? Oh, I can't believe how that busted off of there. Wow, that's terrible. I wish it would have come with new cap screws here. That would have been nice. I wouldn't have had to hunt the third one. I don't know where that... Oh, there it is. Oh, let's see if I can grab it with my little needle nose here. Okay. Boy, these things are rusty. Bet you these are the original cap screws on this thing. Alright. That's all done. I'm going to flip this over. And I'm going to put me some of this dielectric grease up in here. See that grease is on up in there, and now whenever I plug it in, it'll carry that grease right on into them contacts. And it'll help waterproof them and keep corrosion down. What's that saying? Ounce of prevention worth a pound of cure. Alright, this thing's ready to reinstall. Yeah, I want you guys to see I did get my my little spark advance working good. See that? Oh yeah, that's all good. Put this back on. Use my 1/4 inch again. Well, that's all done. Now I'm gonna need 2 hands, guys. I'm gonna reach over there and I'm gonna plug in the cap. I'm gonna plug in that big plug first, and then my brand new power ignition plug there, and then I get the cap on. All right, guys, I got the cap in. always get your screws, or your hold down screws, pushed down and indexed to the outside before you put it in. I forgot to do that, and I had to do it once it was already back there, and I had one of them that was a little bit contrary. Didn't want to go down. You know, aftermarket stuff. But anyway, I finally got it to work. So all I got to do is hook up the spark plug wires. I need to go get my boot grease. I normally put boot grease in every one before I put it on. Well, they call it boot grease. It's that same dielectric silicone, and it prevents corrosion, keeps it from, you know, flooding out on those wet days when water gets splashed up in here, and all kind of good stuff. Easier to pull back off later. So let me go get that, and then I'll put these wires back on. Alright guys, got the wires all in. My back's sure gonna feel it tomorrow because my back's already hurting me. But yeah, leaning over that engine ain't fun. And make sure all these wires are not touching any of the headers, because that's what they do with friggin' headers. Make sure they're on all the way too, because some of them cap, the rotor cap, some of them wires weren't even pushed down all the way, but they are now, because they're all greased up, lubed up. They slid right on like a champ. So now it's time to fire this baby up and see if it runs any better. See what it does. See what it do, boo. Enable my anti-theft mechanism here. Alright. See what it does. Well, it's better, guys, but not outstanding. I'd really like to have it idle. I need to idle it up a little bit, see if I can get it to idle. I'm gonna have to idle it up just so I can get up here to make any adjustments on it. I'm not saying that the gas is good, because gas really don't look good in there. Looks almost like transmission fluid, but I need to get some fresh gas in it, and I need to idle it up and adjust some on that carburetor. Don't know anything about this carburetor, but it is better. We still got to change the plugs in it. Plugs with headers. Happy day. I'm going to have to use a wrench for some of them. More back braking work, but I'm going to get them out. These two plugs have been changed, these two up here in the front. So I only have 6 to go, if that's any encouragement to me. Well, I got the gas cap off. I'm going to be putting some C-foam in a little dented up can here, but it's brand new. I'd rather use the Berryman B12. I love that stuff, but I still got a couple cans of C-foam. I can't find the Berryman. It's been hard to find at Walmart here lately. They got the best prices on it. But I'm going to put that in first, and then I've got over yonder way, I've got me a 6-gallon can here of petroleum, which is gasoline, and I'm gonna put it in there. They didn't have the boat gas or the non-ethanol gas over there, so I'm putting the regular gas with a corn oil in it, but it'll be better than what's in there, and we'll try it out. Well, now fuel's all in. I'm gonna start this thing up and run it for a while, and hopefully we will see that well, you can't see it so much now because the filter drained back down, but let's see if we can get that fuel a little more clear than it was. The way it was looked like used vegetable oil or motor oil. Oh, gotta fix that door handle. Well, still not idling. Runs a little bit smoother. Gas still looks crummy though. Yeah, still has a darkish tint to it. Of course, I only diluted it, but it should be better now than it was before. Of course, that could be a little bit of a tint on the plastic too. A tiny bit better, but still popping and cracking. Sounds like it could have some water in it to me, but I do not see any water in there. I don't see any water in the bottom of that thing. thing I could try is maybe running it off a can. But, don't know. Do not know. Well, I do have to replace the plugs yet in it. So, I need to go ahead and get doing on that. Of course, I'm not doing it right now. Now this exhaust manifold is hot as blazes. But, I might, after that, I might run it off a can for a little while and see if it runs any better. That could be a possibility. It could still be bad gas. All right. Well, that does it for now. Well, guys, let's step away from this. Pretty loud, but I did a couple things. You know, some of you guys might have been screaming at me, but I found the vacuum port that I plugged off real redneck style. You'll see it in a minute. And I adjusted on the mixture a little bit, and I bumped up the idle, and I got it running fairly decent. I'm gonna let it run for a while, but I don't know if you can hear me. But look at that redneck job there on the vacuum port. I turned out both of the adjustment screws a little bit. I haven't done the vacuum gauge trick yet because I just got the thing idling. So I'm pretty stoked with that, because it's hard to adjust anything when the dang thing ain't idling on you. But it's kind of doing pretty good right now. I want to bump it down some. Let's see if it'll die if I bump it down a little bit. Pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it right now. I'm going to let some fresh gas run through there. Gas still looks about the same, but I think a combination of the gas that I put in it and the fuel treatment, I think it finally got, you know, flushed out the carburetor, flushed that old stuff out. Maybe that made it, you know, run a little bit better, but it's doing pretty good. Pretty happy with it right now. Till next time, guys. I want y'all to take care, enjoy what you're doing, enjoy life every day, and have fun. Get outdoors and have fun, and do whatever you can do, and until it ain't fun no more, and then go back inside, sit in your easy chair. Just have fun living life and doing what you're doing. That's what I'm doing. I'm enjoying this. I enjoy every minute I do it. So until next time, guys, please subscribe and like and share and follow, comment, make me comments. I don't care. I enjoy them. I reply to everyone I can, everyone I don't miss. I reply to it. Anyway, till next time, y'all have fun. Be safe. God bless you. See ya.